this week for FailMail, we asked you, ladies and gentlemen, for your worst school stories. Worst things that have happened to you at school. Ali, do you want to kick us off with the FailMail?
Yeah, of course. I don't have any long ones this week, but I have some. Just a quick one. Being fat, unfortunately. I love the unfortunately. There's a comma in there as well.
I had a lot of like. There was really horrible. I'm really sorry if this ever happened to people. But just being teased by racists every day.
Like, and you're like, lol, jokes. Get that in, legend. But yeah, there's a lot of that. A lot of calling the teacher mummy. Did you ever do that?
No.
But you probably don't even call your parents by mummy and daddy either. You call them by their first names or something. Or their surnames.
Liz and Giles.
Liz and Giles. Yeah, just,
Liz and Giles Elwes.
I bet.
Oh, or just Mr. Elwes as well. Yeah.
Sir? Like, Merry Christmas, son.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is pretty gross.
Okay.
Preparing yourself. Another one that starts was a fat kid.
It's trouble.
These gross fat kids.
What a fat kid. Got a new belt. My mum poked an extra hole in it
so
it would fit.
Okay.
Somehow. Went to school, then had to poop.
Okay.
Couldn't take it off. Poop dropped down my legs.
Oh.
Where?
Left leg.
What do you mean?
No, but like where in the school? I
don't know.
Probably the toilet, I
It
imagine.
hasn't ended. Saw the poop, fainted.
Oh.
So yeah, that's pretty bad.
Oh.
You ever?
Pooped.
I remember a girl pissing in my year 6. No, not year 6. It must have been like year 3 or something like that. Just I was like, it was crazy in the class. It's feral, just pissed. She just poor her.
I don't want to keep bringing this up because it definitely did happen, but like I won't say, but we were definitely here doing a gig and an act just pissed himself on stage.
Here?
No, but I don't know if that's true.
That's what happened. Then what else could have happened?
He had a patch. It could have been a.
It was a big
Oh,
ass
is this
patch.
the one I was talking about?
It wasn't
in the
there,
group?
and then it was there.
It could have been. It
But
could have been a
I feel
drink.
really bad, man. If you did actually.
Tall act.
That's
Or short.
or short.
Or her.
Him or her. Or her.
Or they.
Oh, no, that was just a dribble.
Yeah, I think maybe it was.
No, I like.
He'd spilled. I
was-
thought he spilled a drink because I don't remember him going up with clear trousers.
I
Or her.
I remember. I do remember. Okay,
go on.
So for me,
Go
Never wear chinos.
In it. Well, that's true though. That is true.
okay, so this is there's a lot of people who went to Catholic school, right? And there's a lot of dark shit that went on at Catholic school, but not the obvious dark shit.
That's what I was
okay?
gonna say.
No,
Look
no.
at this one, lol. So I was I was in the locker with the priest.
It's just more the way that they would not do this to kids now. So I went to Catholic school, and when you fucked up, we got put in a sin bin. Okay, so you were made to be going in the sin bin when you'd been naughty. But the sin bin, it was a chair in the middle of the playground where all the other kids could see you. And they would make you sit in the middle, and all the other kids got to berate and stare at you and shame you.
What the hell?
That is fucking like absolutely insane. Like,
Imagine that we should do that if someone dies at Vauxhall Comedy on Tuesdays.
what? Just put them in a sin bin.
In the middle of the audience. Boo.
The shame chair.
Shame.
chair.
Shame.
That's mad.
Catholic,
That is proper mad.
like you would never ever.
would you just-
Imagine
that's
that at
so
school now.
traumatising.
Imagine like the tweets from like parents now if they were like making kids sit in the middle of a playground and all be berated.
You know what? I think some Daily Mail parents would be like, that's what I bloody well need.
that's what they-
A good bit of berating.
They would never harmed me. I never was in the chair, to be fair. Loved it. I always was the one shouting at them.
Great fun.
Exactly. Some of my best times were shouting at my peers when they'd messed up, you know.
Haha, you pooped your pants.
Exactly. Yeah. Look at him faint. That's really fucking traumatizing.
Yeah.
That's amazing that they thought. I like their thinking process. Like, what can we do?
What, so you think the Catholics they go a bit far?
Yeah.
What can
Really? That's weird.
I like them being like, what can we do to teach kids not to mess up? Turn them against each other.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
the...
read this great educational book, Lord of the Flies,
Yeah.
and they really sort themselves out. They
Yeah.
become men in many
Yeah.
ways.
You know, cream rises to the top.
Exactly,
And that's
yeah.
what you need to know. Okay, another one.
I like that. There's just another. I like that they maybe sit down and the kids are all like, "We don't want to do this," and the priest is like,
No.
All right, I'll start us off then.
Yeah.
Fucking fatto.
Yeah.
These
Loser,
stupid-
loser.
these Stupid glasses.
It's-
Come on, get involved.
It's very shaming Game of Thrones, isn't it? Like, you know, we're walking through the shame.
Shame.
Like, imagine being a little kid and just being sat in the middle of everyone.
That's gross. That's properly
fucking
fucked.
awful.
That's fucked, mate.
Yeah. And another one I've got, okay, and this is from Australia, okay? And an Australian school. So this girl went to school and she said that there was a dinner at the end of the year, and the kids who had done best in the school got to sit with like the head and the teacher, and got to sit down at the dinner, and the kids who'd done the worst had to serve them the food.
What?
What the fuck is that?
I like that one.
Ingraining a class system. That is like literally shoving a class system, like just early days.
This is how society works.
If you don't do good, you'll be the server. Like, what the fuck?
I would love to see
Little
you
glimpse
serving
into
me.
your
though.
future
That
there,
would be
mate.
good. Tom, you'd be serving me in that one.
No, I
I'm
get
sorry.
off for disability.
No,
food.
let's be honest. Who's not spitting in that food?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, man.
Like, you've got to see this both ways. Oh, I'm going to serve your food.
It'd be
is
so
it?
awkward. Like,
Enjoy your dick soup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the pee. Ugh, gross. That'd be. That's brutal.
fucking awful.
What a fucking twat to sit there and be like,
But
with
you-
your
what
head
would-
teacher,
what
and be
would
like, good one, sir. Ha, ha, ha. Nice one, huh? Excuse me, this is cold.
Yeah. Bring us the food, peasant people.
Exactly.
Bring us the food.
Yeah. Just clicking at
Yeah.
where they just go. Hopefully they went and beat them up afterwards.
I don't know. When I got told that, I was like, that is just disgusting.
Where do you stand on generally though this trend of in schools where like you can't say anything, you're not saying mean stuff, they're very strict on like derogatory things, you've got to be very sensitive all the time. Where do you stand
when did this
on?
happen?
It's a big thing. Well,
I went to a very liberal
Oh,
school.
from teachers, teachers can't say shit.
teachers,
Yeah.
but
But kids are
When
going
you
to
say
say.
that, Ali's like, yeah, I'd fucking love to call them names and bully them.
and I'm like, that's why I become a teacher, innit?
Yeah.
I remember being sat down at school and like they would be like, if you don't call us sir, we're gonna fuck you up, basically.
Yeah,
what they
yeah,
say
yeah.
and stuff like that. But you can't do like
Can't swear
teachers.
at
They
kids.
call the teachers by their first names. You seen this?
Yeah.
Madness.
I mean, I did that
But
in
where
my
do you?
school.
Yeah, of course you did. Because you're fucking
Liberal
hippie,
arts school,
smoking crack.
To be fair, all the teachers did smoke weed, so yeah.
But do you think that's better though that they don't? Well, it's the thing of learning tough skin, like that sort of thing. But then you also traumatize kids, so
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, it was also a boarding school, so weird, horrible amount of bullying obviously happened. But
Well, you also was a boarding school. Do you board?
When I was really young, yeah.
That's
Until I
why
was
it's
like,
so
year nine.
weird.
Yeah, but like, yeah. So like, but I do think that there's just like heinous amount of like bullying and just in any environment where you're like
Do you get
stuck at
bullied?
school. No.
Do you bully people?
No, didn't do that either. Not a dick, but
What did you get? What did you do?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Sort of
Just
floated on
watched.
the side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tall,
Yeah.
safe
Passive,
Switzerland.
passive. Yeah, I was Switzerland.
Yeah, yeah, wouldn't
I'm
report
not getting bullied, but like, yeah, if you reported it, you would definitely get punched in the head. Like,
Stitches get stitches. Okay, I wasn't bullied at school because
that's really shocking to me, actually.
I know. I don't think I bullied anyone, but there was definitely people in the year that got teased more than others. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely was part of that.
Yeah.
But it was just
Should
that's
have
the
been
way it
fat
was,
then,
all
should
boys.
you?
Well,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah, you shouldn't have lost your parents then. That's fucking brutal. I said you're one of my best mates. Yeah, his dad, his mum died. Sorry,
And you all
in year
teased him
7,
for it.
and
Yeah.
we all took the piss. No, we didn't. We didn't at all.
Okay.
But he's a really good bloke. Had to stage kiss a boy in a school version of Grease, and my gran stood up and shouted at him in front of 300 people, "Get your bloody hands off my granddaughter!" He dropped me on my ass, and we all had to sing the world's most awkward rendition of "We Go Together." That's great.
What the fuck? That is, yeah.
Speaking of grandmas and older women, though, we didn't talk about Barbara Windsor, sadly.
Oh,
But
yeah.
quickly, but sadly.
Sadly, loss of Barbara Windsor. Big fan. Carry On Films, EastEnders, legend.
Bingo adverts,
Bingo adverts.
they were good
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Could have been us.
Found cocaine in my maths
I
teacher's
thought,
desk.
I thought it was something to do with Barbara Windsor.
Oh, it's like reading the full story, yeah.
Yeah.
Barbara Windsor
Wow.
sadly passed away. They found cocaine in her arsehole.
Yeah.
But yeah, Barbara Windsor, shout out Barbara Windsor. Generally, it seems to be like widely reported that she was safe and everyone liked her. So good.
Yeah.
Good for her. Go for it. Found cocaine.
Found cocaine in my maths teacher's desk. That was it.
What? Bruv, he's
just-
getting through them numbers,
Yeah.
How's he making all those equations?
Yeah.
Well, half a gram probably costs you about 200 over the 3 because
Yeah.
3 of us, so then we're all chipping in about £67.40. Bang.
Another quick one again, quite racially based. My teacher marking me
Mooch's
down.
ears is pricked up.
Yeah, my teacher marking me down so that they can give higher grades to the white kids in the class.
What?
Yeah.
Was this Australia again?
No. Well, wouldn't surprise me, but no.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how they picked who was serving in the
Yeah.
Australian school. It just so happens that the ethnic minority kids
Yeah.
just didn't do well this year,
Yeah.
and so they will serve.
They will
Now, it wasn't my decision to make them wear white gloves. It was.
But I wasn't opposed.
But you know, that's just tradition around here. That is fucking diabolical. The
Unbelievable.
Do you reckon it's the same teacher who had cocaine?
Yes, mate. But why are you racist to that extent? The racism's like, I'm gonna grade them down. Like that is.
To be fair though, you got to think. Like, I don't know what percentage of people are just outright racist, but like, you know, some of them are going to become teachers, I guess, and then carry out their racism.
And teach racism. Yeah,
Yeah.
fair. I stepped on a banana peel in the break and fell. So he's going to clown school, and then passed with flying colours.
Yeah.
And then an anvil hit me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then I got up and then picked up a big plank and turned around and hit three of my mates in the head. My mate opened the gay porn video on my laptop with full volume during a geography lesson. Ends with a question mark.
Classic.
I don't know.
And the question mark, why do you have gay porn on your laptop?
Well, that's it.
If
I like
you're gay, that's
the
fine.
gay-
That would
yeah.
be fine.
I like this as well. The gay porn. The gay
the one
porn
and only.
video.
The gay porn.
Maybe it was his. Also, the specificity of geography lesson is like,
Yeah.
it's like, well, you know, and you don't want to mess with geography.
Yeah.
It's not serious.
Eroding
business.
those buttholes.
Yeah.
This is from my mate. I got a pair of magnets stuck up each nostril and had to go to hospital. He told me the story. Genuinely.
How?
How dumb is this?
How?
Because he put
Oh, he put them-
one up here, one up on his right, and one up on his left, and they together,
crushing his nose.
and they were just, and he couldn't get them out. What? That's one where you're like, you are not going to do well enough.
Yeah. There's always that one kid in the science lesson. They're like, seriously, guys, don't drink any of the
You're
chemicals.
moving the-
And one
it's like-
kid is always just like,
Staring at the hydrochloric acid, like,
yeah.
but it's so bubbly.
Bet
There's
there's
always one kid as well.
Shout out Alex Haddo,
Yeah.
friend of the show, and
Vauxhall
previous
comedy
guest,
host, yep.
Vauxhall comedy host, Alexandra Haddo, singing Mambo No. 5 to the entire school a cappella, aged 11.
No, no.
Poor girl.
But that's not even a song for a lady, really.
I can imagine.
I know it, innit? Can't
It's
you
a
imagine
little
it?
bit of-
11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody.
That's a lesbian ode, if Alex.
I imagine it's some kind of like fedora with like sparkles on it.
Just doing
One,
jazz hands.
2, 3,
And
4.
like
Yeah.
all the kids just watching, like slumped in their chairs, just like hating.
Oh man,
Good for her though.
brutal.
I think that might be. Oh, shout out Blake AJ, another friend of the show, comedian. First day of school at 14 years old in a Spanish school where he spoke no Spanish and he had to stand at the front and introduce himself, which is fucking ridiculous. When you just say, look, that's the weird foreign kid there.
Yeah.
So just let him learn Spanish.
Yeah.
But he was
El
nervous.
baptismo el fire. Spanish either.
But yeah, I think they're the main ones.
I think my worst at school experience happened with going on exchange. I had to go on exchange, like German exchange, and I was with this weird little family's house, right? And like it was like the middle of nowhere. Everyone else got like sent to like cool kids' houses. I got sent to some random weird kid's house.
Sort of what you've
Right.
ended up doing here
Yeah,
with the podcast.
yeah, exactly. and then right, so I arrive, okay, and it's like I guess it's an apple farm or something. I don't even know,
Brilliant.
right? So I sit down, and they sit me down in the living room, and then they all leave the room, and then they come back with instruments like flutes and stuff, and they play the British national anthem. And I'm just sat there like
Tearing my eye.
in like a Slipknot hoodie, like cool. Alright, and then they do the German national anthem, and then they're like,
And then they're like, that's good,
Oh,
yeah?
God,
and
it's
you're like,
fucking awful.
yeah, sehr
And they were
gut.
like, if you're hungry, you can just have the apples whenever you want.
Wow, free apples. I was similarly on a French exchange, and I ended up with. He wasn't too weird, but it was a shame because his parents ran a restaurant,
Right.
and so he had a little kid brother. So every night we had to look after the kid
Right.
kid brother.
Oh.
And the kid brother, right? At first, I was like, oh well, I'll just
Play
like
with it,
play. Yeah, he's having a laugh, and he wanted to play swords. I was like, how'd you play swords then? And he was like, this is how you play swords. Had 2 swords and just started hitting me and whacking me. I thought I was gonna have 1 sword each, and he's just whacking me, and he's 6. So I want to sort of just be like, fuck you, and punch him.
Yeah.
But he's just 6, just really just going for it and laughing maniacally. And I was like, you're a devil. You're a devil child, and I hope your French food gets poisoned.
Yeah.
But then me and Paul,
Bull.
it would always, his dad would always shout out, Bolo! And he'd go, Qua! But he would, so the party,
Yeah.
the Friday at the end of the exchange party, where like everyone was like getting off,
Yeah.
we were back at my house, and I was saying to him like, we are going to the party?
Yeah.
To the party? And
Yeah.
he was like, Buddy. And then we're watching like French Match of the Day.
Yeah.
And
And you're like, party?
I'm like, party? And he's like, yes, buddy. And we never went.
oh.
We never went.
Uh,
Brutal. I was, so
nightmare.
that was it. But then,
Could have actually like been around a girl.
well, the exchange back is when I got off with my first girl
Okay.
ever.
At 17. So that was great.
Exactly. Yeah. I was the teacher. I was helping out. It wasn't one of the students.
Yeah.
Firstly, but she'd already got off with one of my mates anyway.
Okay, but
Special for me.
You were like, you got off with one of my mates, but would you also like to get off with me as well, please?
Can you
Like,
please?
with
I
us?
heard you kiss boys. Can you kiss me as well?
Is this true, or should I leave?
Yeah.
Nice.
We got shoved into, when you shoved your friends into a room and be like, can't come out and stuff. We had that, and
Kidnap.
Yeah,
exactly.
sort of kind of sadistic weird.
Yeah,
vibe,
I sort of
actually.
paid.
And you were like, kiss me, kiss me.
I paid my friends to do it. Oh no! No, I was like, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And then she looked at me like completely puzzled. Just like, so you want to kiss now? And I was like, okay.
Nice, cool. I'm trying to think what other terrible experiences I had at school.
I got this. This is probably the only proper fight I've been through. It wasn't a fight; it was very one-sided. But with a guy who was a safe guy, but it was just one of those that people that it got out of hand. There was chaos, right? So he was like chasing me, sort of in a playful way. He's huge. He was. I don't know if he still is. The heaviest player in the rugby union, and I know that's something I would say.
Okay,
but genuinely he is.
He's a big boy.
B Allo.
Okay,
You look him up. Prop.
Right.
Right. So he's changing, and it's sort of in a playful way. But then it starts to get a little bit like, and I'm. This is for puberty for me, so I'm like 5'3".
Yeah.
And a circle forms, and then suddenly it's me versus him in this, and I'm like, fuck this, fuck. And I try and get out of the circle, but everyone's pushing me back in, and then. It's sort of like, I don't know what to say. Like a big gorilla when they play with like a dog or something.
Like a ragdoll.
Yeah, it's just like it was very much that sort of vibe.
Free around like
just sort of like moving around. And then
is that when
everyone
you
was like
did
cheering.
karate? Was that when?
Well, so that was the thing with karate. Karate was always like use their weight and their strength against them. So I was like, he's going to get fucked here.
Yeah.
And then I realised, no, actually, if you're really strong and heavy,
then beat the shit out of
you will win the fight every time.
Yeah.
But that was pretty bad. That was pretty embarrassing stuff. But I never did any. Thinking back, I never did any of the whole sort of calling a teacher mum or shitting myself or something like that. I never did any of that sort of stuff.
I think the weirdest. Well, I did go to Michael Barrymore's house when I was 18. I'll tell that story another day.
Another time.
You can't just give.
I'll cut that, but I'll tell you that next week. It was a weird experience for my